Peace. We are all searchers of peace. But from where does this peace come from? From the absence of war and violence, destitution, from tyranny and oppression? What happens when these and other obstacles are removed? In its absence, our modern world showers us with an abundance of activity and convenience. Since nothing threatens us anymore, why should we hold back in enjoying ourselves? Ultimately, the indulgence ends up keeping us distracted, sheltering us and numbing us to that inner voice, gnawing, groaning, pleading for something more. Truly God is good to the upright, to those who are pure in heart. But as for me, my feet had almost stumbled, my steps had nearly slipped. For I was envious of the arrogant, I saw the prosperity of the wicked. But they have no pain, their bodies are sound and sleek. They are not in trouble as others are, they are not plagued like other people. It is easy to conclude that the path of worldly success is the default format for the attainment of contentment in this life. If I had enough wealth, if I had enough influence, I could rest securely, free from any danger. I can spend the rest of my days breathing easy. But such is the perpetual rat race, that in order to stay on top, you have to constantly look behind your back, staving off those potential usurpers, lurking around dark alleys and corners. In 20th century American Trappist monk Thomas Merton's autobiography, Seventh Story Mountain, he writes, "Why did we ever go to all those movies? That is another mystery. But I think John Paul and I and our various friends must have seen all the movies that were produced, without exception, from 1934 to 1937, and most of them were simply awful. What is more, they got worse from week to week and from month to month, and day after day we hated them more. The movies soon turned into a kind of hell for me and my brother, and indeed for all my closest friends. We could not keep away from them. We were hypnotized by those yellow flickering lights and the big posters of Don Amici. Yet as soon as we got inside, the suffering of having to sit and look at such colossal stupidities became so acute that we sometimes actually felt physically sick. In the end, it got so that I could hardly sit through a show. It was like lighting cigarettes and taking a few puffs and throwing them away, appalled by the vile taste in one's mouth." A mere symptom of the malady, but highly illustrative of a world back then and even now, mired in vapidness, chasing high after high to fend off against an increasing existential abyss that, rather than pushing it further away, has only brought it closer. Such are the wicked, always at ease, they increase in riches. All in vain I have kept my heart clean and washed my hands in innocence. For all day long I have been plagued and am punished every morning. If I had said, I will talk on in this way, I would have been untrue to the circle of your children. But when I thought how to understand this, it seemed to me a wearisome task. Until I went into the sanctuary of God, then I perceived their end. Truly you set them in slippery places, you make them fall to ruin, how they are destroyed in a moment, swept away utterly by terrors. They are like a dream when one awakes. On awaking, you despise their phantoms. I have learned to love you late, beauty at once so ancient and so new. I have learned to love you late. You were within me, and I was in the world outside myself. I searched for you outside myself, and disfigured as I was, I fell upon the lovely things of your creation. You were with me, but I was not with you. The beautiful things of this world kept me far from you, and yet, if they had not been in you, they would have had no being at all. You called me, you cried aloud to me, you broke my barrier of deafness. You shone upon me, your radiance enveloped me, you put my blindness to flight. You shed your fragrance about me, I drew breath, and now I gasp for your sweet odor. I tasted you, and now I hunger and thirst for you. You touch me, and I'm inflamed with the love of your peace. When the scales begin falling from the eyes, there we can see the illusory ways that we sought to live our lives. God is the beginning and the end of our very being, and anything apart from it can be almost disregarded as nothing in comparison to it. Therefore, in our search for peace, we aren't simply grasping for a mere flutter of an abiding emotion, or the stability of an internal or external situation, but a conscious and lifelong pursuit of the one who was, is, and will be, world without end.